Hello there, all my brother and sister orthodontists out there. There are three things I can promise you in this world. One, nobody knows what the economy has in store. Two, today we're going to have a great episode. And three, if you're not registered for the Orthopreneur Summit in September in Orlando, you're going to be missing out on the meeting of the year. So go to opsummit2023.com. That's opsummit2023.com and sign up today. And now, on to that amazing episode I promised you. Hello there, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the 5-Minute Friday. I'm your host, Dr. Glenn Krieger. I want to bring you some information today that maybe will make you less scared. Unless you've been living under a rock, you've heard about artificial intelligence. And there's great places to use it, of course. I've talked a great deal about ChatGPT. Depending upon when you're hearing this, you're probably going to hear about Meta. I've been talking to some experts on this, and it seems that Meta's version is going to be spectacular because of the way it's being coded. There's a lot of reasons to get into that, but my point is, artificial intelligence is out there, from DALL-E 2 to Midjourney for photography, for ChatGPT, and ultimately Meta and other ones that are coming out with integrations into so many things we use on a day-to-day basis. And yes, I think there is reasonable cause to say if this is not bridled or managed the right way, that it's going to lead to some significant problems in society. You know, I'm not really worried about people losing their jobs because historically, whenever there's new technology, there's new jobs. If you look at things like Facebook and Twitter, although Elon did a pretty good job of reducing the workforce there, all the new technologies that came along brought jobs with them. And they're just going to morph, they're going to change. And I know you're scared, like Skynet has achieved consciousness, like Terminator, and they're going to come take us all over. And the good news for you is when that happens, it's going to happen in seconds, not days, weeks, or months. They believe that the moment they turn it on and can't control it, the end is over in literally seconds. But that being said, you can't change that unless you're coding, unless you're dealing with some sort of agency that's controlling it, unless you're out on the streets picketing. There's not a lot you're going to do to prevent its advancement, but I want you to think about it like this. Right now, in your practice, you should be using what available resources are there that, trust me, what you use it for is not going to give it information to take over the world. But you should be using it to create drafts on things like policies and systems in your office. No matter what line of work you're in, you should be using it to write ads for new hires. You should be using it to write performance reviews. You should be using it for long emails or places where you want better engagement. There's a series of places you can use this on. And my point in all of this is that at Summit in Orlando in September, I'm going to give a 45-minute to an hour lecture on all the places you should be using this, and more importantly, how you should be using it, meaning what should you be typing in to the prompts, because the prompts or what you're asking for are the most important thing out there. And I'm going to show you ways to get way better prompts. And the key to a good prompt is the key to a good answer. And again, think of it like this. If I can use it to write a policy and system that saves me 45 minutes of draft. Now, it's not going to be perfect. I'm going to have to play with it. But if writing a 3 to 5 page policy and system takes you, say, an hour, right, to write it, maybe an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. Now you've got it in front of you, and now you just have to clean it up. With a good prompt, you can get there. How do I know? Because I do it all the time. Facebook posts, right? If you want to put a Facebook post, you can use your ChatGPT for Facebook, Instagram, TikTok to write a much better post with way better engagement than what you're doing right now. If you're trying to hire somebody and you want to write a new ad, you want to do a performance review, you can write a better performance review doing it this way. There's so many places you can use it that I just want you to think about it this way. It should be saving you a bare minimum of 2 hours a week. At least 2 hours a week it should be saving you if you're engaged in your business. Now, if you don't care about policies and systems, if you don't care about performance reviews, if you don't care about a better ad, if you don't care about better social media engagement, fine. You're listening to the wrong podcast. But if you're interested in having better engagement, better outcomes, and more time on your hands, I want you to think of it like this. If it saves you 2 hours a week, which it shouldn't just make you more effective, but it should be also saving you huge amounts of time. If it saves you 2 hours a week, which it should easily do, and you multiply that by 52 weeks a year, you've saved yourself the equivalent of 2.5 weeks of time. So if everybody's out there complaining and moaning to me how they want to spend more time with their family, they want to spend more time with their kids, they want to spend more time doing the things they love, well, I just showed you how you're going to get at least 100 hours a year back in your pocket, an extra 2 to 3 weeks of free time. So, oh, good. Now what's your excuse? So come on, people. Let's not sit there and moan and whine and say, well, whatever. And if you're using it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm telling you now, all of you, if you're using it, you can use it more effectively, right? So go learn how to use ChatGPT. Please sign up for Summit. There's going to be so many amazing speakers there that my lecture on using AI should help you tremendously, but there should be so many more reasons why you want to attend this meeting, because it is the best meeting in orthodontics. And you don't take my word for it. Go ask your friends who've attended and they'll tell you. And I've made it even better this year based upon feedback. So go to opsummit2023.com to sign up. And I promise you, it will be the best ortho meeting you've ever attended. And it's in Orlando. So stay a while. Enjoy Disneyland, Universal Studios. So anyway, love to each and every one of you. Please start getting free time in your life by using the technology that's out there to help you do it. And if you have any questions, always reach out to me. Take care.